I never did one of these before. It's a reaction video on 3 true dark web horror stories animated. I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch these a lot as a kid back then. A lot. No, I ain't gonna lie, not as a kid. But around like 16, 17, so yeah, it's pretty much a kid, you feel me? And these motherfuckers were entertainment. So I feel like I should just, nigga, react to it, you feel me? At least get some some videos on it. I might do this every other day where I react to animated horror stories, or I might do it like I might make it a thing like only Sundays and Saturdays when I do this. It's gonna be either one, Sundays or Saturdays. I don't know. 'Cause I ain't doing this shit every day. But Sundays or Saturdays definitely. This video probably gonna get uploaded on like a Tuesday or Wednesday though because I've been busy. But I'm gonna get to like a time frame where I upload it on like a Sunday. Trust. Let's get to it.
I should have known better, but love makes you do irrational things. It clouds judgment and makes you blind to consequences. I never believed in all that supernatural crap before, but what happened, what I let happen, changed everything. Lupita's eyes were hollow after the miscarriage. Our baby was gone, and so was her.
Motherfucker feet fat as hell. That whispering is crazy.
Living spirit. It had been months since she last left the bathroom. Her sad, vacant eyes were in a constant quest for hope. Watching her spiral was a torture of its kind.
Does the bitch blink?
Devastated, I had tried everything. Therapy.
I mean female. There's a female blink. My fault, y'all. You feel me? Everything. You feel me?
Her back. I couldn't stand seeing the love of my life wither right in front of me, haunted by the loss of a child we both wanted so desperately. So when Greg mentioned an odd, uncomfortable solution,
Never trust a nigga with this haircut. I don't even know what the fuck this is. That nigga, boy, what nigga got a chrome around his head? Man, like, never trust his haircut.
I hopped on it. You know, Jack, there's this thing, he said hesitantly. I call it a humanized doll. A doll? I deadpanned. Not just any doll. It'll be like the child you were supposed to have. The solution was ridiculous, but a solution nonetheless. In seconds, the order was booked. I'll never forget the...
Nigga, is that Chucky? Ain't no fucking way, nigga.
Plain brown box, no label.
But ain't no way, nigga. Like, you gotta actually think about it.
Like a malignant tumor. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside, wrapped in tissue paper, was a doll so lifelike it made my breath hit.
Well, I never get niggas like this. You gotta think about it for real. Like, nigga, look at the doll. This Chucky. Ain't gonna lie, I never understand why niggas buy this little shit. First of all, nigga look like he's in his 20s, 25s, 30s, my nigga. So this nigga, this is nothing that a kid should have or should be represented by a kid at all. Like, this shit is ugly as shit. Chucky was never terrifying. He was just ugly. Get that to your heads. He was never terrifying. He was just ugly.
It had Lupita's soft brown eyes, my sharp nose, and the
Kill it.
Of a smile that was almost too real. When Lupita saw it, the wall cracked. She cradled the doll like it was flesh and blood, cooing to it. For the first time in weeks, I had seen her smile. My heart swelled with relief. Maybe this would help her heal. Little did I know it was the last moment of peace in our house. The first night I woke to find her in the rocking chair, the doll pressed against her chest. I thought it was a good sign. She was talking to it, humming softly, like any mother would. But as the days wore on, it became clear that this wasn't helping. It was something darker, something unexplainably wrong. Very soon, my wife stopped eating, sleeping, or talking. She spent every waking moment with that doll, feeding it, changing diapers. She named it Baby Blue. I didn't understand why, but I didn't dare ask, too afraid of what she might say. But it wasn't until the night she came at me with a knife that I realized how far gone she was. Stop it, PETA. This ain't real. I snapped, only to watch her face twist into a monstrous snarl.
Motherfucker, if she come at you with a knife, nigga. Hold on, what did he say? Hold on.
The knife that I realized how far gone she was.
This the moment you realized she was far gone?
Real. I snapped, only to watch her face twist into a monstrous snarl I'd never seen before. The woman who lunged at me wasn't my Lupita. She was baby
Shoot,
blue
got haymakered.
mommy, consumed, body and soul. As I stumbled backward, my eyes flicked to the doll, and I froze. Baby Blue's glassy eyes seemed to shimmer with a dark intelligence, and its tiny mouth curled into a sinister grin. The room felt colder. Was she possessed? That afternoon, I decided to stay home and watch. Everything went smoothly until night fell. It must have been around 1 in the morning.
I don't want to pause too much.
I just drifted off to sleep when the fire alarm went off. I jolted awake to find the kitchen filled with smoke. Lupita had left a kettle on the stove and completely forgot about it.
He was crying. He has been telling me I'm a bad mother.
She cried, clutching baby
Leave her in the doll.
Blue to her chest. My blood ran cold. The doll couldn't cry. It was impossible. But she insisted, her voice rising in pitch, growing hysterical. I tried to snap her out of it, yelling that the doll wasn't real, that it was all in her head, but she wouldn't listen. Her face went pale, and she passed out, cradling the doll like it was a real child. I rang the hospital, and help arrived. It might have been 4 in the morning when a strange noise filled the whole house. It was a sound that made my skin crawl, a faint, muffled cry like a baby. My heart pounded in my chest as I listened, holding my breath. It was coming from the nursery. My hands trembled as I pushed open the door.
I'll end this video right now if I think
I saw it. The doll was crying. I stared at it, horror-stricken, as the soft wailing sound filled the room. The doll's eyes, Lupita's eyes, glowed red, tiny pinpricks of light in the darkness. A cold sweat broke out on my forehead as I approached it. My heart raced as I picked.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know how much you gotta love a female to be with her after some crazy shit like this. You know how much. Where my dog at? After watching this creepy shit, I need someone to protect me.
It up, and the crying stopped abruptly. My hands shook as I examined it, feeling something hard beneath its synthetic skin.
Hey, yo.
I tore it open, the synthetic flesh giving way under my hands, and found a small black device nestled inside. It was a camera. That means we were being watched this whole time?
Got them niggas in national TV.
Washed over me as I dug deeper. The people who were spying on us had turned Lupita's life into a twisted form of entertainment. I gathered the evidence, the doll and the camera, and contacted the authorities. We filed charges for invasion of privacy, harassment, and emotional distress. The cybercrime department tried to trace the website, but it led to a block. People who use dark web are masters in hiding and staying in the dark. I was warned strictly for choosing to buy items from the illegal front of the internet. We changed house and phone numbers to stay away from further stalkers. Lupita is still undergoing psychiatric counseling to deal with the loss of our child and the trauma caused by that doll. All I have understood is that grief is the love which has nowhere to go, but we shouldn't let it decide our lives. As long as we're alive, we must keep living. Moving forward is the real meaning of life, no matter how many storms try to knock you down. I got a text from some girl late last night.
Do not click on this link.
It said, it was a shortened
What did this nigga do?
URL. Usually I ignore such messages, but yesterday was a bit rough and I wasn't in the mood to write the novel which I was working on. So I clicked on that link.
See, this the bullshit I'm talking about. Some of y'all niggas just deserve to die. Like, on some real shit. So many niggas in these movies just deserve to die. Like, ain't no fucking way. Like, you tell me you clicked the link that said do not click because you were feeling down that day. My nigga, this is like the same thing as the Ring when they said when the motherfucker said don't play the tape or you die. Motherfucker put the tape in. Like, nigga, what?
It redirected me to YouTube where a video about some circus from the 60s in Bombay started playing. Do not forward the video to 2:21 minutes was written in the title.
What?
Of course I did. I shouldn't.
Why?
At exactly
Why?
1 second,
Why? Why?
everything looked quite ordinary. A black and white footage, 3 elephants in the back, a few dwarves ahead, and a bunch of people around. But right in the center was a large drum, on which was written, Comment 13. Curiously, I scrolled down to the comment number 13 in that video, which linked to another
I don't feel bad
YouTube
for him.
video.
I don't.
I recently started my YouTube channel where I post funny writing advice. The link from that comment took me to my own video, one which I had uploaded 3 days ago. It was an informative video, a rant on the current status of the publishing industry, but right from the start, something was different. It started with a few glitches in the video, and then some random numbers and letters started popping up in it. And then my voice suddenly grew heavier and heavier, and then midway into it, the screen went black. The numbers and letters that were dancing around, they soon converged into a new message. It was my home address. I instinctively shut my laptop and walked out of the room.
Too late now, nigga.
That was a whole new level of creepy fascination someone
Call the
found
cops.
online. How she got my address, I didn't know. I had no clue as to how she toyed with my video. It should have been impossible. I walked into the kitchen and filled myself a glass of orange juice. When I was back in my room and opened my laptop, I had another message from the same girl.
Hope I didn't scare you.
It read. I wondered if I should reply or not, but I had a bunch of unanswered questions, so I had to ask.
Of course you
I
are.
put my orange juice to my side and started chatting with her. How did you know my address? How did you tweet my video? There was no reply for a few minutes, and then I got an image. A rather explicit image of a rather gorgeous woman with
Hold
a
on.
voluptuous body. Long, dark hair.
Is that the house?
White tank top over yoga pants. Shades. Screamed the complete Instagram.
And this is not what you want. This bitch is like 6'5". Nigga like she bench 220. Do not go against
I
that.
couldn't get my eyes off her image, her top in particular. Not staring at the tatas, but there was a symbol.
That's
in
a
the
fucking
center of her
vampire,
top
my nigga.
which freaked the daylights
It's
out
like
of me.
it's
a
like some
symbol
appearances
unmade
you
for the
can
purpose
see,
of
my nigga.
knowledge.
Like you can look at a female and see that's not the fucking one, my nigga. Like you can clearly see that this is a fucking vampire. Like there's no if or about it. Nigga, it's a vampire.
Isn't published yet. Hell, it isn't even complete yet. I haven't even shared the draft with anyone at this point. Then how the hell did
I
she
feel
know
fucked,
the
though.
exact symbol and even got it printed on her top? I lost it. I barely abuse girls, but this time my messages started and ended with swears. I need answers. Tell me the answers.
Where the swears at?
Afraid, babe. It's our little secret.
The fuck it is? Did you hack my computer? I'll go to the police.
The
Snitch.
computer.
Snitch.
I barely even know how to work PowerPoint.
How do you know my address? How did you get that symbol?
I guess.
You guessed? Nostradamus just rolled in his grave. Tell me, who the hell are you and how are you doing this?
I just want to be your friend, babe.
Stop calling me that. Just answer my questions.
I already told you the answer.
What? Where?
You didn't read the 13th comment on that YouTube video completely, did you?
I was pissed off. I didn't even know if it was a girl or some scamster who was trying to blackmail me. I went through the entire process again and landed at that circus video. Scrolled down furiously to the 13th comment. The last time I was at it, it just had the YouTube link to my tempered video. This time, there was a text. Don't scroll down to the 20th comment. I wondered how she was doing this. I scrolled down immediately to the 20th comment, which read, "Don't click on this link." I clicked on that link and arrived at my own blog from 7 years ago, on which
Kill the
there was
nigga.
a suggested edit now, which said, "Don't go into the edit logs of this blog."
Damn, nigga. How many warnings do a nigga need? How many warnings do a nigga need to not do the type of shit he's doing? Like, this nigga said, don't click this, don't click this, don't click that. What is this nigga doing? He clicking anything. He just want to die. He just want to end his life.
And it did. In the edit log,
You don't got no halls to text?
version of that answer existed,
Video is to play.
which just read this: "Thank you for the delicious orange juice."
I would pee my pants. It's up. Get it back.
To my right,
Start swinging. It's too late now.
my glass of orange juice was empty, and I had not.
Oh, yo, this though. Is a nigga blind? That story does.
Kelly felt like something out of a dream.
The fuck, nigga was testing a ghost?
Dark dream, but a dream nonetheless. I've never been the type of guy who gets the girl. Hell, I've never even been the type of guy who talks to the girl.
I've been that way too.
My comfort zone has always been behind a computer screen where I could control the conversation.
Same, man.
Where my awkwardness didn't show, and where I wasn't constantly reminded of how much of a loser I am. I wasn't looking for anything special when I stumbled into the dark web chat room. It was more out of boredom than anything else. But then I met Kelly. She was different from anyone I'd ever talked to. Confident, funny, and actually interested in what I had to say. She didn't just tolerate my nerdy ramblings, she engaged with them, made me feel like I mattered. For someone like me, who's always been a bit of a loner, that meant the world. Kelly wasn't perfect. She had her issues, just like I did. She told me about her struggle with hair loss, a condition that made her feel invisible and unattractive. She said no guy ever looked at her the way she wanted to be looked at. That hit me hard because I know what it felt like to be overlooked, to feel like you don't matter. We bonded over the shared feeling of not fitting in.
I would've threw her ass in the screenshot of yourself.
I found myself falling for her. After weeks of late night chats,
you gotta see a picture.
Time to meet in person.
There's a reason for everything.
An abandoned children's park out in the middle of nowhere. It seemed perfect. A quiet, out-of-the-way spot where we could finally see each other without any pressure. I was...
Why? Like, why? Like, why? There's so many stuff you can do in public. I know y'all don't want. I know they said they don't want to be in public and stuff like they don't like they get no attention and shit. But why? For our first meetup, for first date, never go in an area alone. For a first, especially with someone you don't like, you just met. Never go in an area alone. You don't know how crazy the motherfucker is. Shit like this, especially if you're a female. You a female and you do this shit. You was a dumb bitch. I'm not like my fault. You a dumb female. Don't do this shit if you're a female. Don't do this to your boy either, because some female can handle us, but don't do this with your boy either, my nigga. But really don't do it with your female. I'm just saying, like, this shit just common courtesy.
Nervous as hell, but I couldn't wait to see her. The park was even creepier than I'd imagined. The sun had just set, leaving everything in that dim, unsettling twilight where nothing feels quite real. I got there early, sat on a bench near an old, rusted swing set, and waited. The place was dead quiet, and with each passing minute, my nerves started to get the best of me. Then, I noticed him. A creepy old man sitting on a bench a little ways off. He was just staring at me. Not a casual glance, but a full-on
This is why I said get a screenshot of the motherfucker. This shit right here is why I said get a screenshot of the motherfucker. Who? You was a dumbass. Like,
settling stare. I tried to ignore
some shit like this. It just irritates the fuck out of me. It don't scare me. It just irritates me.
Texted Kelly asking how long she'd be. She replied that she was walking.
That's the nigga.
A cab. Great, I thought. Just what I needed. To be stuck here alone with this weirdo.
Nigga, you was never texting Kelly. You was texting Brian, nigga. That's Brian, nigga.
I couldn't help it.
Now what you gonna do?
The stare was drilling into me, and every instinct I had was screaming that something was wrong.
Take off.
Then he stood up and started walking towards me. My heart skipped a beat. I'm not usually paranoid, but this guy was seriously creeping me out. I got up and started walking away.
Don't walk now.
Kelly the whole time, telling her about the old man and that I was moving to another spot. She told me to wait a few minutes, that she'd be there soon, but I couldn't wait. I just needed to get away. I spotted a bus stop at the edge of the park, lit by a flickering street.
This shit is empty, nigga. If you gone, no one finding your body.
I made my way there, trying to calm myself down. As I reached the bus stop, I looked back, and there he was, standing across the street, grinning at me. That grin sent a shiver down my spine. It was like he knew something I didn't, like he was enjoying my fear. I needed to hear Kelly's voice, to know that she was real and that this wasn't some messed up joke. But I didn't have her number. We'd been so caught up in our chat room world that we never thought to exchange phone numbers. I cursed myself for that, then texted her, saying the internet was spotty and asking for her number. She didn't reply right away, and those few seconds felt like an eternity. Finally, her number popped up in the chat. I didn't waste a second. I called it
5455
The phone rang
5457.
once, then twice, and then I heard it. The ringtone echoing
Are you
through the empty
serious?
street. My heart sank. I looked around, but the street was deserted. No sign of Kelly. No sign of anyone. Panic set in. I looked across the street again, but the old
It's
man
Brian,
was gone.
bro.
That should have made
There
me
is
feel
no
better,
Kelly.
but it didn't. Everything about this felt wrong. My hands were shaking as I dialed her number again. The ringtone started up, louder this time, closer, right behind me. I turned around slowly, every muscle in my body tense. The old man was crouched on the bus stop bench, grinning at me like he'd just won some sick game. "Hello, Ryan," he said, his voice dripping.
Nigga would have got the. Sure, you can. Nigga, what? Nigga, why is he on, what, nigga, on the floor?
Malice. "I hope my hair is fine for you. I didn't want to wear a wig on our first date." I stared at him, my mind racing to make sense of what was happening. Kelly's words, her stories about her hair loss, her vulnerability, it all came crashing down on me in a sickening realization. This wasn't Kelly. It had been him all along. He lunged at me, and I
Damn.
reacted without thinking. My fist connected
There you
with
go.
his face, and he stumbled back, blood streaming from his nose. I didn't wait to see what he'd do next. I turned and ran, his voice echoing after me. "Stop, Ryan! Stop! I thought you were different. I thought you loved me." I didn't stop running until I was back at my apartment, the door locked behind me, my heart pounding in my chest. I couldn't believe what had just happened. I felt sick, violated, like I'd been played from the start. I wiped my phone and computer clean that night, erasing every trace of that chat room, of Kelly, if that was even her real name, of everything. I was done with the dark web, done with trusting people online. I learned my lesson the hard way. The dark web is a
That nigga got your
dangerous
address?
place, and sometimes the people you meet there aren't people at all.
Hey, you feel me? At the end of the video, though, like, you feel me? I just watched 3 horror stories of fucking dumbasses. Hey, but you got any more horror stories that you want to send me? I will be doing them. I will be looking, and I will be reacting to them. You feel me? On Sundays and Saturdays only, though. I'm not doing it on the weekdays, but I will do them on weekends. But hey, I'm out.